Hello, my name is Peter Howell and I'm the Chair of Trustees here at Howell. So we've got, at the moment we've got, get this right, we've got 13 trustees. I'm looking for some. We've lost a few recently for various reasons. We've just managed to gain 3 new trustees, which is good. And they're relatively younger than myself and most of the other trustees, so that adds a new dimension as well. Some young blood and some new ideas. That's what it's all about. But in terms of being a trustee, I mean our main role really is more around the governance side of the organisation. So in a way we are distinct to the operational side. So the operational side, we've got Dawn and the staff, and they get on with that quite nicely. And then on the governance side, so basically making sure that we're doing everything we should do properly. So things like risk assessments, policies, it can be a bit heavy at times. But I'd like to think that since I've been chair and since Dawn's come in as chief exec, the operational and governance side has become a little bit more intertwined. So we're there just to make sure that everything is working properly behind the scenes, so the staff can get on and do what they do brilliantly. So that was one thing then, and then I retired in 1960. I didn't retire in 1960. I retired when I was 60, so that's 2 years ago. And to be honest, I'm busier now than when I was working full time. So as we've talked about, I'm chair of trustees at Howell. I'm also a local county councillor. So I live in Gwersalt. So there's 4 county councillors in Gwersalt. It's such a big place. East, west, north and south, and I'm Gwersalt South. So I'm a county councillor. I've been doing that for just over 18 months. I'm a community councillor in Gwersalt as well. I'm a presenter at Calon FM as well. So I do 2 shows a week at Calon FM, which is totally non-political. So I don't talk about politics because otherwise I'd get my wrist slapped. So it's just a bit of fun. So I do 1 show on a Thursday, which is 80s music. It's called Pete's Pure 80s. And it's just 80s music for 2 hours solid. And then on Monday I do a breakfast show, which a bit of everything really, any kind of music, and I do a little bit of I do famous birthdays on that, word of the week, so it's just a bit more fun on the month. So I do that, and as a consequence of that I've now become a director at Calon FM as well, so that's a consequence of doing the presenting. What else do I do? I'm a run director at 2 local park runs. So there's a new park run that's recently opened in Llangollen, so I'm the run director there. And I'm also run director at Junior Park Run on a Sunday morning. That's in Alan Waters Country Park in Gwersalt. So that's good fun. I'm a litter picker champion as well, so I go on litter picking. I do, yes, like I said, I'm busier now than when I was working, but less money. Yes, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that a lot of people I think most people in Wrexham know a vow and know that the word and the name, but I don't think a lot of people understand what we actually do, which to me is a massive failing, and it's nobody's fault, just the way it is. So you mentioned a vow, and go, oh yeah, I've heard of a vow. When you ask them what they do, nobody knows. So that's something which I know I've been working with Dawn on, and with your help as well, to try and educate people really about our core services and just how vital we are to the local communities. So in terms of what I'm most proud of, I suppose it fits in nicely with my own values about community and how important volunteering is. I mean, I've been a volunteer for as long as I can remember. You know, even going back to when I was in my 20s, I was a Cub Scout leader, then I became a Scout leader, then I was a Venture Scout leader. I used to take handicapped children to Lourdes at Christmas and everything. So I've always volunteered. And I think some people don't realise, they volunteer, but they don't quite realise that what they're doing is so important. And last year we had some, earlier this year we had some awards. And I think it was a brilliant idea. I can't remember whose idea it was, but it was a great idea to do it because it made people realise how important they are. when they get recognised, and most people who volunteer aren't used to being recognised, they're not used to being even thanked for what they do, it's just taken for granted. And all of a sudden, you could see that change in dynamics. All of a sudden, they were being thanked for what they were doing, and it was great. It was a really good event that we had, and I'm hoping that'll continue. But yes, in terms of what I'm proud of, like I said, I'm proud of being a trustee, and I'm very proud of what I do in the third sector, in Wrexham and the local community. Yeah, I mean, being honest, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. If I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't do it. I've gone from that state where I was working because I had to work. Most people work because they have to pay the bills, pay the mortgage, whatever. And I've moved into, since retirement, I've moved into an area now where I'm doing what I really like doing. So like being a trustee of a vow, being a county councillor, helping people on lots of different levels. Say with Callan FM, doing a couple of radio shows, and I read out local events or things that are coming up in the local area. So I try and make it Wrexham focused. So yeah, I what do I enjoy? It's the interaction, I think, with the other trustees, because again, we've all got different skills and we've all got different outlooks, and sometimes we don't agree. We sometimes we do disagree in meetings, and that's fine. But we all have, we all have that respect for each other, because we all realise we all want the same thing for a vow. We want a vow to be very successful now and into the future. From a staff point of view, I mean, I love all the staff. I think they're fantastic. What they do, how hard they work, and I think sometimes maybe it isn't recognised as much as it could or should be. Getting people understand how vital we are. If we weren't here, would people miss us? Yes, they would, most definitely, because they wouldn't have that link with local organisations, local charities we provide, and that signposting to other organisations that can help even if we can't. So yeah, but I'm extremely proud. And like I said, if I wasn't, I wouldn't do it. Simple as that. So.